set this up as usual in the proper way. Gotta move them cases. Oh, it is different, my friends, being on another platform. I will tell you what, the whole thing's different. I find myself not having to watch what I say. I kind of like that. Am I doing big things over there? Well, fairly similar to here, except having, I think there's like 40 people over there or something that are checking me out on Rumble. And I can still get videos going 60 views or something like that. Being on this channel with 6,000 people, I usually can't get 25 in the same day. Completely censored, completely suppressed. Probably since my first warning over here, but after I got that strike, bam, I took it right in the can on this. So, I haven't been doing as much over here, but I wanted to stop by. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for the thumbs up. Those are some things that are supposed to help. Commenting, stuff like that on videos, supposed to help algos, or so they say. To me, it's kind of, hey, Skywise, what's going on, man? To me, it's, I like the whole platform on YouTube. It's just, hey, good evening, Mr. Washington. I like the whole platform over here. I like how the live stream works here. I tried the live stream over there. The live stream is like, you got to set it up today for tomorrow. So it was a lot different. One thing I do like about over there with the censorship-free stuff, you can play with the pew-pews all you want. Do some different drills while you're out and about. I don't have to bite my tongue so bad like I do over here, because every time I say anything just maybe kind of true or maybe kind of any current events that are going on or anything like that, I mean, you know, forget biting my tongue, they're always smacking it, you know what I mean? It's over there though, there's no nothing. You can just off at the mouth, pop pop pop. You can just do whatever you want. So I've been trying to get that boosted up a little bit. I'm doing about a video a day over there right now, sometimes two. Like today I went outside and started a fire in the snow. That was pretty fun. Some budget fire starter, used dryer lint with the ferro rod. That was cool. It was a brand new ferro rod, so I had to scrape the stuff off and, you know, start a fire. They have something here that's starting in February. I think I've got enough bits and pieces to do a part bin build for another AI. Whoa. We'll talk about some messed up stuff in a minute. Oh, where was I just thinking about? Geez, now you got me all twisted on that AR stuff. I was just saying something. I can't even think. I don't know how I'm going to do what over there either. And I started a Twitter so I could start sharing stuff all over the place again. Before I got kicked off of Twitter years ago, I was at like 16,000 something people or whatever. Oh, this February, the shorts thing is starting. They got this creator thing. You can do all these shorts, and then it's supposed to help. I mean, shorts is where I do get subscribers here and there when I was posting them. I would prefer to do this probably over shorts and anything like that. I just don't see that maniac cat. I swear, every time I come down here, get out of there. Oh, monkey cat. See any SHOT Show stuff that you're excited about? Well, let's see. The AFT. Make sure there was no braces anywhere. Oh man, this is gonna get smacked. I'm gonna get smacked for too much of this. And in the new ruling, I don't know if anybody saw, if you have any imported anything, um, Draco, something like that, Scorpion, something like that, intended for a brace. Oh, especially don't get one with one of those binary triggers on it, because that could be bad news. They say you got to destroy it or turn it in. So let's see how that works out with all the other do not comply people. I don't know that this is the hill to die on, though. I've talked to a couple people that are like, yeah, it is. They ain't taking my shit. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, man. I don't even know if, I mean, at what point, right? Rules we don't need anymore. Yeah, rule. It's not even, from what I gathered, now none of this is legal advice, none of this financial advice, none of all of this stuff. Just like full disclaimer that this is all opinion stuff. Keep the live stream up for later. Watch. Gotta bail. Oh, alrighty, man. Later. I don't know how it's gonna go, but with when stuff ends up, the new, like they always do a AWB, because I guess we're not supposed to say that either, right? When they end up trying to do any of these, and people keep saying that they're not going to do this and they're not going to do that, it's kind of like, geez, I don't even know how to word shit over here. And it's been kind of nice because I haven't had to have a filter when I'm on Rumble, so I'm just like, whatever. I guess that would be the hill to die on, from what I could tell. And this hasn't even gone into registration yet. It's supposed to hit the federal registry at some point. They were like, oh, it could be the Monday after, but it still hasn't hit. It's been a couple weeks, and they already got their thing up where you could register everything. Yeah. I'm not saying what anybody should do, because everybody's going to have a different opinion on it. Well, maybe. But, shit. I don't know. I was just hopping on. Want to chit chat. Haven't put a video up over here in a while. The world has gotten crazier in the past week, I would say, compared to what it was, like I said, even last week. I feel like everything, everywhere, and some stuff might be getting put out to keep you thinking over here when you're... You know, the average person, they watch something and they'll be like, CNN and Fox News and whatever, right? They're going to watch this and they're going to believe everything they hear, but they're not going to use any type of critical thinking to see, like, what's going on behind the scenes, or why are they pushing this up in my face, and what's going on over here, and maybe behind me. See where I'm going with that? So, with all the overall clutter and chaos, like, I've been going pretty hard on the preparedness stuff. I'm almost to the point where I feel like some WW3 thing might kick off. I don't know yet. A lot of people are like, it already started. I'm like, I mean, when does it go hot? It already started. And, you know, there is so much going on that you don't know which way to go with anything, right? So all you can do is keep getting what you're getting. Keep doing what you're doing. Learn, practice, stay organized. I just recently had an issue. I started tearing through bags looking for something. I was like, where did I put it? But it gets hard when you have 10 bags lined up. It gets hard when you... And I'm working on a shelter over to the land, having something there where I could keep a little bit more there besides just like caches and stuff, you know. Where I could just take a pack and go, look, I'm gonna throw this over there, poof, and it's got everything I need for like 3 days in it or something, a week in it, or whatever it might end up being, just to like take that part off my mind. And I feel like depending on what the situation is, I understand all the inflation stuff, I understand all the food issues. I've got rice coming out of every orifice. I've got a lot of stuff now to put with my rice. I had started a couple months ago trying to get more stuff to go with the rice, and then I buy a couple more bags of rice, and I bought more even canned stuff to go with the rice, so I don't have to eat the same kind of rice that I'm going to eat. You know, it's got chili for it. I got chili beans and sauce for it. I got green beans by the caseload, man, 24 packs. Got the sugar. I got the salt. I got all sorts of food stuff that I might think I might need. Stuff that we use on a regular, so I do end up rotating a little bit at the house. I don't have a heated area out there yet. That's what I was thinking of, you know, so I don't have anything climate controlled. So I don't want to throw anything outside that's going to get frozen on me or destroyed because it was out in the weather. But I need to get something out there so I can start leaving stuff out there so my place in the city, when I go to leave, if there's an issue, way before an issue, hopefully I'm trying to leave, um, I already have something. I keep stuff in the vehicle all the time, no matter what. I'd like to keep more out there where I'm planning on going. Uh, I got to bump into a few more people. I got a few of my good friends there that I put stuff off to the side with. And it's just having the stuff evened out enough. I got on a little ammo kick for about a month, and I just went and got as much as I could based on per pay period. I was splitting cases with a buddy or two or three or five. You know, everybody was chipping in. So 4 people on a case, it's only 250 rounds. But if you do that 5, 6 times in a month, it starts adding up. And then we're like, man, let's get out and practice. Let's make sure everything's good. I got a new Daniel Defense used. I couldn't even tell it was used. It's spotless. I would love to show it to you right now, but I cannot show it to you right now. And of course, over here, I did do a shorts video, I think, over here on it in the kitchen before I put an optic on it. I put a primary arms 3-power prism scope. Didn't know how I was going to like it. Had the little angled back sight. So when you pop it up, it's a micro prism too, but when you pop it up and it 1/4 inch clicks, I mean, I put this thing on, and I think in about 3 shots, I was like zeroed. No such thing as too much ammo. I know that. I definitely know that. I really have to continue on with that. It's at what point do you stop purchasing food? Because I want to constantly rotate. So maybe just reduce the amount. I kind of had it set up to where I was trying to leave a little cash, trying to get a little bit of silver, maybe gold, and that's gone up. I mean, the last real big purchase of any kind that I spent even over $100 on was, I think silver was 1850-ish, and gold was 1680 or somewhere around there. And I paid a lot more because I got a little 10th ounce piece, so I had to pay $25 over spot and $4 over spot for the silver and everything. But you know, so I got a little bit more. Nothing real crazy. I was trying to do a little bit of cash for emergency fund, silver and gold emergency fund / economic collapse, inflation, and currency default, right? So you get a little bit of that. Meanwhile, still purchasing about as much as I was putting into those two, I was putting into probably food. I'm just starting to run out of space on the food. Like, this is my little studio thing. I got lucky with the, you know, getting this house that there was like this whole bar set up. And then we did get some more of the My Patriot Supply stuff. We got like a box of these. I didn't even put them away. I threw a couple up there. The Midwest Survivor got some. He also got from there the water tablets, and then he ended up getting a little bit more. I mean, we haven't even put the stuff in the packs yet. A little bit more of those iodine pills. So it was like we've been still getting supplies, I guess you'd say. I bought extra blades for my hand band saw. That thing just works really good. We did get a small chainsaw. Very budget. I think it's a Craftsman or something like that. But do you know the amount of stuff you can get done, even with the small? It was like a 16-inch. So cheap. We got it at Lowe's on sale. I don't even think it was $200. But the amount of stuff we got done in 4 hours with the saw versus the hand saw, I ain't getting tight buying anything at all anymore. At least glad I had. No! What did I do? At least glad I laid a good foundation when it was cheaper. Yeah, me too. Jeez. Camo Carl, what's going on, man? So nice to see you. It's nice to see you too. Or nice to meet you. I stock food often as I can. It's like one of the places that keeps it fresh. Yeah, definitely, definitely. I rotate through the normal pantry in the house. I got most stuff set into year sections is kind of how I do it. Like best buy date 2025. I'm going to leave a whole bin of the 2025. Been feeling some urgency going to start stacking again. Yeah, and that's the problem. I go through these waves where I'm like I just felt like a month or two ago, and ammo's always fluctuating, but I just felt like I needed more like right now. So I don't think we got any additional food purchased that month of, was it December? I think it was December. I can't remember. No, maybe I did buy food. November or December. I can't remember. I took a few pay periods and just mainly AR ammo. That's what I practice with the most. That's my general purpose. My Geisley. Now I've got the Daniel Defense 2 and had to get used to that. You know, you need a few magazines at least for the first day out to make sure you can. I threw a video on Rumble. Just we were doing some like warm up drills. Me and the Midwest Survivor, and I, just cut clips of it out or something so you can see bang, 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 nothing crazy. A few cadence shots, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just making sure everything was on and good, and I like taking the Geisley out too. I've got an Athlon on that thing now. Oh my God, for a budget scope, it's a 1x8. I had a loophole on there that was a 1x4 fire dot. I love the reticle circle with the cross, so you could just pop it up quick and you were on there. This Athlon has like a dash, a dash, and a dash, and then it's got the dots down. The clarity on this thing, it doesn't have a dot, but it also has illumination. So does that 3-power prism. I never used the illuminations in any of these things. Like I just wish I could get a regular one. It's just like the flashlights, low, medium, high, and strobe. I like single mode. Just easier. There's no what do they call it, negligent discharge of a flashlight. Just simple, I guess. Keep it simple, right? So yeah, I did mostly AR ammo. We did a little bit of 9mm. 9mm still just irritates me. I think I'm pretty much out of all of the $6 a box stuff that I had. I think it's all pretty much gone. I might have a box or two up in the thing up there. Either way, it's something I had to do. It's that sense of urgency just hit me for that specifically. Like maybe I got down to a level that I just don't want to be below, and I still want to get some practice. So since then, we have gone out literally almost every single weekend and at least did a few drills that equaled 1 to 3 magazines, we'll say, something like that. So it gave us that little bit of trigger time, make sure everything's still Loctited in and good and ready to go in case you ever had to. But the food thing does concern me again, so I'm steady still grabbing stuff for food. The 25-year shelf life stuff, I love it because it's like a set it and forget it. It's got the damn date on it. Oh, this one was made in 2022 in August or whatever. Okay, I know. I could throw that in the 10-year pile. We'll look at it again in 10 years. So you get a few bins together, put it off, write a year on it, 10 years from now. That was 2022. You need 2032. Look back through the boxes, make sure everything's good. But then the mason jars. I even got a couple more things of mason jars because I caught them at a deal. I still got extra wide mouth lids. I got one more box than that over there, I think. But I got the pints and then the quarts are the last two, and I have not done anything with them yet. The last thing we did, I think I was on the Midwest Survivor channel, was the Mylar. I filled up another tote. We did like 75 more pounds of rice with the Mylar, and it's a good feeling because that's still a lot of calories when you really think about it. It's a good feeling, but you know, man cannot live on just rice alone. Hey, I mean, yeah, they probably can for a little while, but that's why I got all the other stuff to start going with it because I wanted that variety. I wanted a protein source to go with it. I was stacking those 12 packs from Sam's Club of the Star Kids tuna. I just kept buying it. I got a lot of it now. Every time you go, if you go 10 different times, now you bought 10, 12 packs. I'm at 120 cans. You see how quick that adds up? And it was only $7. It's like 10.86 or something now. Last time I saw it, and I was just like, you got to be kidding me. I can't afford to keep buying it like this. It just keeps going up. Same with the bags of rice, though. I don't even know if it was $5, $6, maybe $7. Now they're $11 for a 25-pound bag. And rice this year, from what I hear, is going to end up doubling in price, maybe some of the grains, and just to have it ahead of time. And I like rice. I mean, I eat rice. The one buys the instant rice. I don't even care if it's instant. I'll eat it with chicken. I'll eat it with anything. I don't care if she flavors. I put a little salt on it. I'll eat white rice with salt on it. We do have some mixed rice, the white and brown mix. It just doesn't keep as long, I guess, the brown rice, and I didn't want to find out, so like that's one of them that we rotate through a little bit quicker. Because a few days a week I like to eat rice. I don't know why I like rice so much. It's just one of those things, and it works out good for me because it's one of those things that are a little more budget friendly. Along with the cans, when I got that 24 pack, the last one of beans, I want to say those beans were like 50 cents a can, and I found a couple of those on the shelf, and I just grabbed the whole thing. I was like, okay, 12 bucks, because they were all the way up to like 72 cents or whatever it was the last time I saw them, and now they're sitting there for 50 cents. I'm grabbing what I can with whatever the food budget allows, because I try to do like a food budget and still work some preps in off of that food budget, right from the store. Cans and Aldi's. We went to Aldi's the other day just for regular grocery shopping, and that place, it was kind of expensive. Even eggs, everybody talks about eggs. I saw eggs there for $5, I think, which is cheaper than some places, and I figured that was just going to go through the roof. This year we're planning on having a shelter on the property of some sort. Between myself, the Midwest Survivor, and KK556, my daughter, we can rotate through, and we're talking about chickens. We know the homestead survivalist, my buddy Jason. He's got chickens. He's into butchering. That's what he's doing now with cows and pigs and everything, and he had some goats, he had some turkeys, but he has got chickens. Eggs are just not, that's a joke to him. He had to find ways to save it. He was glassing them in buckets last I knew. Probably still is because he got even more chickens now. He was dehydrating the eggs and breaking them back up into powder. So, I mean, he's, and most of those things, they'll last for like 2 years or something like that. Some people are saying, no, if you put them in Mylar with the oxygen absorbers. Now, I'm not sure about this, but some people even said up to 5 years on something like that. I know the powdered butter that I was getting from Augustin Farms and stuff, those things have like a 10-day or 10-day, a 10-year shelf life. So not too bad. It's got calories, it's got fat. I could put a little bit of butter with my rice, a little bit of butter on whatever, so I got a fat content at least a little bit. Like, it's snowing and kind of nasty out today. I mean, you're just gonna burn calories if there's an issue. Oh, that's why too. I started over at the land just stacking extra wood. We started cutting up dead wood. We started cutting up just everything we could, and I mean, in the first 4 hours of doing that, the very first time we were there, the first 4 hours, we got so much more cut up with that than that handsaw, obviously. Um, Maybe a week or two. I don't even know how much wood we got cut, stacked, thrown on pallets. It's emergency stuff. Some of it was oak, some of it was walnut, um, and I believe maple also. So all hardwoods and stuff. We got to get a good EPA, I guess, regulated whatever wood stove at some point to throw over there. I'm just waiting to build up on the shelter this spring. I'll probably do some video on there from the regular YouTube channel and from the BC channel. The BC channel right now has pretty much just been when I got something to review, no any kind of current event, any kind of talk like that. It's literally like, here's this knife. Let's do this with it. Let's do that with it, and then I throw it up there. I think there's about 1,100 people over there. I tried to make it a different channel before, and now it's what it is, BC channel. Started a third YouTube channel that has nothing to do with any of this kind of stuff. It's a more of a stock market style channel because I'm into that kind of stuff. I have not played with none of it since 2 years ago when everything took that big hit. I hopped in hard. It popped back up. I was out. I was done. Just the markets are too messed up, but it's pretty much just current things going on and stuff like that, just for fun. And believe it or not, that channel is like, I don't see where you could start from scratch and have this thing go do 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 do, and then I'm sitting over here. It doesn't matter if I was posting 3 shorts a day and then a regular video, or a regular video every single day. I couldn't find a rhyme or a reason why. I even posted the boot video when I went out on the hike during that blizzard a couple weeks ago. I just changed the end a little bit, made one for this channel, made one for the BC channel, talking about the boots, talking about some basic survival stuff in the cold weather. And the video on this channel, I got the same, pretty much a little bit different kind of thumbnail on it or whatever. And the video on this channel was like a flop compared to the other one on the BC channel, because that one's had no strikes, that one's had no warnings, there's nothing crazy on there. I never talked about no current events or nothing like that. It just proved to me. Then when I went to Rumble, popped up a couple things. Now, I had popped up a couple things. The last time was maybe like a year ago, and I had like 5 videos. Now I've been going hard for like 3-ish weeks over there, maybe. I think I got 50 videos over there or something now. And now the followers are going up. And the one I just posted today, I just got another email, your video's rumbling or whatever. So that, I mean, these things go up when your stuff's not getting suppressed this bad. 6,000 people got a notification that I'm on right now. And there's like no one here. It's I know they do it to you on purpose because they want you to feel defeated and they want you suppressed. And the currency difference from now to before the strike, before the first warning, we'll say, I don't even know, like a year ago or something like that. I mean, getting like a tenth. I mean, like go try to buy a box of 9 for what you get for a month on this is kind of they want you to feel like that, so you know I'm not giving up altogether, but I'm disappointed with the results as far as before I would get my YouTube earnings. And it'd be enough I'd have to pay taxes at the end of the year. It was nothing huge, but I could afford to go buy, well, just as an example, I could afford to go get a new knife. I could go get a Schrade, and then I could do a review on it. So I was taking every single penny, put it back into it. If one of my stands broke, I could take that money every month and go get a new stand for it or something like that. Now, geez, it's going to take me like 6 months to get paid from this because they release it every time it hits 100. It's like, so you know you're not in it for the money at that rate. And even the Amazon links, you know, if there's something in there, someone ends up purchasing through one of the Amazon links or something, you get like, you'd have to have so many people go grab stuff, or if someone was doing all their shopping through that link, it's a lesser percentage if you go on. But if you're going to go on anyways and you use one of the links, yeah, get a little kickback. I literally am probably doing just good enough to pay for my own Amazon Prime. It's pathetic. But I do have fun doing it, and I do have fun throwing packs together. I just did a pack video yesterday on the same one I did over here. Just that's why it's sitting up here right now, just on that little mini bug out bag setup, and got an okay response from over there. People really like the gun shit over there. They go crazy with that stuff. They're like, "Oh, dude, that was an awesome drill," or "Oh man, that thing really bangs," or you know. That's the fun stuff for preparedness, and some of the fighting stuff. I haven't really put any fighting stuff over there. I haven't really put much fighting stuff over here in a long time. I have not left my area to go up and even see the homestead survivalist up there, and he's usually the one that I do quite a bit of training with before before these last couple months, because these last couple months have been a little bit on the with the gas, and then he's got like 5 kids. He's doing the butchering thing, so I have to try to hit a day where he's kind of in between where I could sneak up there. And now with my wife's schedule, it's just like it kind of pummeled my weekends up until coming up in this next couple weeks. Some of my schedule stuff is going to be changing. May give me at least a day every other week or something where I could run up, hang out with him. Like, he's one of my good friends, and I'd like to hang out with him if nothing else. But yeah, we like to punch each other and mess around. And then I was like, oh, we should do a self-defense video. Call it self-defense. I'm into the combative stuff a little bit more. I don't see any reason to play with anybody, but when, you know, with a messed up situation, but with a lot of people just don't even know any kind of basics. So when you throw out like a basic self-defense video, and I used to have playlists on here, and I threw everything all in the playlist, and like none of the playlists really got watched, and you just leave them as a regular video, they seem to get a little bit more views on them or something. Like, people can find on them. People are like, oh man, I never thought of that before. How come that was so easy? Why didn't I ever learn this before or something? And I had people that went to like a karate class, not just picking on karate. I'm just saying, like, for example, and they're like, well, I never learned nothing like that before. And that doesn't make sense because that dude's so much bigger than you. How do you, right? So basic body mechanics and years of practice, right? So it's good for me too, though. It gives me helps me stay on edge. I do a little bit here and there with the Midwest Survivor. We even don't get enough time to practice that kind of stuff. Seems like I'm more doing up drill, you know, dry fire up drills with him and stuff like that. Hey, what's going on? Holistic Heritage Homestead, guys, go check out his channel too. He's got some good stuff. He's a little bit further along in the preparedness game than me as far as being on a homestead and having everything going just like the homestead survivalist. He's already on his homestead. I've got the property, and I'm just trying to. I want to get out there right now. I'm stuck in the city for a little bit longer. No, you're not stuck. You can get out. You can do, you know, anything you want to do. And yes, it's just got to be. I flopped out of the other house so quick and just got into this house 6, 7 months ago, something like that. That I don't know. I'm comfortable in the area I'm in, unless it got, you know, got sticky quick. Then I'd have to roll out before stuff, and that's another reason why I need a decent shelter over there where I could start storing stuff over there. So I'm off grid and off to the side. I mean, the population difference is like I can't even explain it to you without maybe giving up too much information. That OPSEC thing there. Um, well, here's an example. Not even 100 to 1. Like if there was 100,000 people where I am now, there's not even 1,000 people over there. Even though those numbers are a little bit different than what it should be. So, my basic loadout would be more than enough. And then if you had a couple friends that had a basic loadout, there's like 3 bullets per anything that might come around you out that way compared to my street over here has that many people, I think. Just down to the next main street. Like I'm on a side street. I'm on a side street that probably has more than that whole area where I purchased my land in the middle of nowhere. Oh, and somehow, some way, there is a cell tower or something that must have went up kind of close because I have a little bit of reception out there now. As before, I couldn't even get a text message. So this year, at some point, I'll probably end up even trying to do some live streams out on the land. I do have more of like a road out on the front of the place. You can still hear it when the big trucks go up though, when I'm down like halfway down or something like that into the land. But it's you'll have sometimes it's just like this, like, and there's nothing. It's complete quiet, or the breeze is blowing a little bit, or a deer will pop out, or I've seen a ton of rabbits over there. It's just cool. It's so peaceful. It's so relaxing when I'm out there. I got a little pond out there. I shouldn't even say it's little. It's like got to be like a 2-acre pond, probably something like that. And the other property, they own like a little piece of it off on the very end of it. And then it's just, I mean, you're out. It's not in any kind of city limit. It's like out in the country. So I could get my pew time out there and everything. Probably won't be as excited to have that tower. Yeah, what is it? Excited to have that tower if it actually gets. Yeah. The tower. I'm trying to think of what that was. Oh, maybe that metal thing that I put out there. Oh, the tower, the cell tower you're talking about. Oh, yeah. Won't be excited for that. And when I roll out, I'm leaving some devices. Or I'll throw them on a truck going the opposite way. Something like that. There's no need for the technology, I guess. I mean, I got one of those wind-ups. I can wind up and listen to... See if I can. And it's got a cellular or a solar thing on it, and I could hear. I listen if it's Red Dawn or if it's just the zombies or something like that. Beer, bourbon, bushcraft. It's good. Oh no! What did I do? I keep doing these things to myself on this. That's good. Yeah, small. I've heard my spot in Kentucky. I love seeing rabbits. Yeah, means my coyote control's working. That's true. Yes, good idea. Sunday. Yeah, that's I like seeing the critters too. We got a ton of squirrels out there. Squirrels, rabbits, deer. What do I see? A lot of. I do see quite a few snakes out there. I've never really seen snakes in Michigan as many as I did out there so far. But I also have like pallets stacked up, and that's where I keep seeing them. And some metal laying down from the structure that's there that we're ripping apart still. But yeah, there's a lot of little critters out there. It's actually pretty cool. Yeah, so I don't know. I just wanted to hop on, say hi, see what was going on, and wondering what everybody's thinking about everything. Just keep developing the land as much as you can. Meanwhile, yeah. Oh, which I met one of the neighbors. He called me a neighbor. He's from like 10 minutes down the road. It was awesome. He's into the pew-pews a little bit. Ammo costs too much. He's a little bit older than I am. he's got a good sized tractor. And he's like, so what are you doing with that? I said, I'm trying to knock it down. I'm burning all the stuff in there. I'm in Michigan too. Oh shoot, that's awesome. I keep doing this to this thing. Central had a cousin who got a bit, ended up in the west side of the state. Yeah, I'm in Southwest. Yeah. Yeah, so I bumped into this guy who said, hey neighbor kind of a thing to me, and what am I planning on doing with the structure out there? I said, well, I'm ripping it down, burning it. You know, I had burn barrels. I'm just doing everything by hand pretty much. I was debating on getting a little mini excavator this year, dig out a root cellar, do a couple things. And he's like, oh, I got a tractor. I'm like, cool. He's like, want me to bring it down here when the weather breaks? I'll knock that over for you, and I can move whatever you need off to the side. We could have a big burn pile or something. I'm like, wow. And there's a lot of aluminum on it and stuff, and I was going to try to scrap some of that or whatever, and maybe bullet money, you never know. Or concrete blocks for my new structure, because I was thinking about doing concrete. I did masonry for a while. And I said, yeah. And he was talking to me about his garden, because he just got about the same size property down the way, and it had an old structure on it that he was ripping out. And how he was setting his stuff up, and his wife has a decent garden already set up. That's their first or second year over there. They had gotten a camper, and now they're in like a tiny house and building something, you know, more full size or whatever. And I told him like, yeah, I'm trying to do a garden over here in this little field section there. And he was like, well, hey, if I bring that tractor down and we knock this over, and he said, I got one of them big 8-foot discs. He said, we could go disc that whole thing up. What do you want, that whole section? I'll come over, I'll bring the thing down there. I'm like, well, dude, that'd be pretty awesome. You know, I've only met him a couple times now, and I was like, you know, I'll bring some cash to get you some diesel or something. He's like, don't even worry about it, man. I don't even work in the wintertime. I just finding something to do, and I love running around with the tractor. And he said, I got a lot of my stuff done at my house, and he said, I just haven't got to run the tractor for a while. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like yeah, this guy's that nice. I was like, okay, sure, why not? You can come down and do that. And he might help me dig in a hole. And I've got a hand pump, like a Sandpoint well set up that is not set up yet. So I'd like to do that. There's an existing well on the property that I know of. I gotta have someone come out and check that out, and I'm sure it's gonna need power because it's got pump and everything, and I don't know if I could run it off of solar or not. Trying to keep it kind of off grid that way. I just don't want to pick up like an extra bill of a power on another piece of property, so I'm paying power in 2 different spots. So, but meeting this guy was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like we hit it off okay. He's more amped up than me to fix up my land. I've been doing everything with a shovel. I've been doing everything with a handsaw. Just get the chainsaw, and then this dude comes by like, hey, we'll knock all this stuff down and clear that whole thing off. I'm like, what? Okay. He's like, yeah. What are you looking to take some of these trees down to? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I had a big chainsaw, because some of the trees are 3.5, 4 feet around, and that little chainsaw ain't gonna. It's not gonna do it. But I got a buddy too who does all the saws, and he's got all the big steels and everything. He's like, yeah, I'll come down there and chop that up for you. That's awesome. You have land. Yeah, I got it about a year ago. The only reason why I know almost about a year ago is because the taxes went up. my my taxes are due this coming month for the winter ones, and double. But I paid almost triple for the property of what it was purchased for like 30 years ago or 35 years ago, whatever it was. And it's been vacant over there for 12 plus years or something before I purchased it. But it's yeah, it's a nice spot. It's like my spot. Like when I go there, it's not. I love going to the Homestead Survivalist house. He's got a few more acres than I do, like double. And I like going out there. I know it pretty much like the back of my hand because I've been around there with him for those few years before I got my spot. That was like, you know, he's always like, dude, it's your place too. And, you know, go out and we can do whatever. Sometimes when he's not there, I'll go out there or before, so I could go out and shoot out there or something like that. And it was pretty cool. And I always felt really good about that whole thing. But once I purchased my own piece, I was like, I don't even care about the taxes. I would pay for it. Because I got out there and it was like I should take my shoes off. And I know they call it, I forget what they call it. Some people call it something when you're like earthing or whatever. I forget. It's supposedly real natural and everything. But increase could be income possibly for select cut. Yes, I had people come in and look, and I'm hearing all the prices that everybody else got, because I've got some walnut trees. The one forester came in, and there's 14 to 16 inch veneer something. What I can't even think of how he said it. They were at a lower price, but I've got some that are over the 3 foot and straight for like 15 foot, and they were like, "Oh, you're gonna get a ton of money for those, and we can get this, and we can get that." And then when they got me to quote, it was like 70 walnut trees, and I think it was averaging like $100 a tree. And I'm like, I'm not gonna wipe for that price. I could chop this stuff down in a year or two, have it all seasoned, and use it for firewood, and it would be more valuable than that $100 you were gonna give me for that. So I had a couple other tree guys come out and check them out, because I got maple, I got sugar maple, white oak. I have one oak tree that's huge, man. I may have taken a picture and put it on the community tab last fall, next to the pond, because there's a pond on the property, and it's like over 6 foot wide. I mean, it's just huge, but it's starting to die off. I understand not anybody really wanted to buy that one, but it's huge. I mean, freaking huge. I mean, I put a tape measure up to it. It was 6.5 feet across or something. And yeah, and then I mean, the best I heard from anybody for some of those trees that were over the 20 something inch to maybe it was 24 inch and up or something like that, because they do tabletops out of this walnut and everything. And like the best offer I got was like $250. I had seen on Etsy people taking walnut, even branches like this, and cutting discs, because people put them into those like tables with brain fart. Can't think of it, but you know the tables that everybody's been making. They're pouring the clear liquid. Jeez, I can't think of it. And I know a guy who does it, so I've been meaning to talk to him. I gotta talk to him now. I got a chainsaw, make stuff way easier. Awfully low compared to what trees used to bring. Yeah, and they told me the price was up, and the one guy offered me $250 for some of them bigger ones. I mean, $2,500 is hey, farmer son prepping. What's going on, man? Yeah, man, that guy has great stuff in his community tab. I'm constantly laughing at, and some of it's so sad. It's you have to laugh at it. It's hysterical, but it's true. And yeah, oh my god. Let's select red pine got 50K. Whoa. See, and that's the thing. I think my highest number that I got from anybody was like $15,000, and I'm looking at like 70 just walnut trees. That didn't even go into the maple or any of that. I got cherry on the land. I got such a variety. I got some pines, not in the best shape, and the homestead survivalist now has him and his father got a. I'm starting to lose it. What? I've been out here for almost an hour, and I'm already like, duh. And I was only gonna pop out here for like 20 minutes or something, but they've got a sawmill, and I had some poplar, and they were like, man, we made all the board. They took over on his land and made all the boards for their goat pen, so they didn't have to buy the boards. Yeah, it's a one-time cost, a few $1,000s for the sawmill, and that sawmill does up to maybe 30 inches or something. I'm probably saying that wrong. It might be a little bit less. But boards, I mean, they're ripping off 20-foot long boards and stuff, and you're getting a pile of them. And the price of those in the store, though, is just ridiculous. I mean, he made the money back just building that goat barn, probably. I mean, the amount of boards in it, it's all, oh, man. It's beautiful, though. It's, yeah, it's something to see. That's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind getting a sawmill, but I mean, he can still move it around and bring it out my way once I had some stuff chopped down, and we could even sawmill up walnut. I did find some people purchasing, like I was saying, that for those tables. Man, I can't think of those tables. It's like lacquer or something. I can't think of the name of it now. Everybody makes these tables now, but anyways, they were chopping up pieces like this, and you could get like 50 pieces of walnut that were like a 4-inch tree or something like that, or just a branch off of a tree or something, and you get 50 pieces of it, and it was, I think they were charging like $100 or something. So I'm thinking to myself that there's some little stuff I could do that would make resin. That's what it was. It was like resin. What is it? Live edge boards also. Yes, live edge boards. I saw a guy doing 10-foot by 2-foot boards or something, somewhere around there. And he has a dry kiln, and you put the boards in there and it dries them up real fast, so you don't have to wait a year or two or something like that. And they were doing the live edge pieces. I want to say it was 2 foot wide, something like that, and it was like maybe it's 12 foot, and I think it was maybe like 2 inches. And he's selling these things all day for $400. Sometimes they get cleaned out in a day. I'm like, $400? So even if you get some of those 20-inch trees and I can rip them, get the live edge on there, and people are using them. And that walnut is not cheap. And every year I hold off and say, I'm not going to do that for it. Now it's been a year since I checked it. I was thinking to myself, man, if I could get $500 a tree or something like that, I could pay my land off with these trees. This might be a slower way of doing it into like an Etsy or something like that. I had thought about it. And some of the older dead messed up stuff, I mean, yeah, chop it up for firewood. It's still a hard wood. But there was people buying like where the branches come off like this, and they would lop the branch off and the branch off, and there'd still be like the V shape to it or something right where it connected. And there was people selling pieces like that for $25 that weren't even that big. They were probably still 4 inches or something like that around. It was just pretty cool to see. And then those resin style tables, people doing stuff with that, with the wood. Oh, some of that stuff looks incredible. And it would be a heck of a thing to hook up another local guy that I got his number now. I gotta call this kid. I gotta remember to call this kid. It's gonna be spring soon. I might have him stop out, or I might bring him over a couple things. I don't know if he has a kiln or not, but just interesting stuff that you could do with the property to hopefully just use it to turn around and finish paying off what I owe. Yeah, but it's just to have a spot to go, and just I'm there, and it's just it's yours, I guess you'd say. I mean, is it actually ever going to be yours? You're going to pay taxes on it for the rest of your life, probably. But it's like my spot, and I just can't live without it anymore. I need to have it. Cut them into boards, stack them. They dry a bit. You could sell. You know how quick lumber prices can change when trucks aren't moving. Yeah. And I've got not too far off of that spot. There's a bunch of Amish people, and there's a Amish store not too far away, and they always use that white oak. What was it? White oak. And I got some white oak trees that are like monsters, dude. They're like 3 or 4 feet around, and the forester and the other tree people that came out were like, yeah, we'll take those, because they're all in real good shape. They're real straight for just a while. Same with some of those sugar maples that are straight, I don't even know, 30, 40 feet up, and they're 100 feet and stuff. It's yeah, lumber. That's the thing with that, having the way to produce that stuff, and even getting some of those cheaper. White oak doesn't rot. Okay, maybe that's why they use it for their tables and chairs and stuff. That's good to know. Use it for myself too. But I don't know, who knows, they might come in and throw me some cash and take one of them trees out of there, or I got in the one little clump right there, I probably got, well, in that whole little section, maybe like 10 of them that are like 3 feet plus across. Um, yeah, it's not bad. Trailer decks and equipment trailers. Oh, yeah, yeah, because it doesn't rot, right? That'd be nice. Cut them a little fatter too, if you wanted, if you with the sawmill. I'll have to get them to bring that out. I just have to take some trees down first, probably. And I got a whole, like one whole section. I got like this small field towards the front, a bigger field kind of in the middle, and then going to the back of the property, I got like a smaller one. I talked to Amish, yeah, might have a good relationship with them anyhow. Yeah, I do when I run down to that store. What's going on, kid? I'm live. What you want? Yeah, I'm almost done. You good? Yeah. Here, come say hi, quick. Why not? This kid, just say hi.
Hi.
Hi. Show them how young children. Yeah, look at this thing. You see that? Can they see that? I don't know why this kid put a bar through her tongue like that. Oh, there you go. See this? All right, get out of here. Love you, bye.
Bye.
I'll see you in a few minutes. That kid's a maniac. Anyways, yeah, getting a good relationship with them. I talked to a couple of them, and just because they have a mill store for like the chicken feed and the goat feed and the pigs and everything, cow, and it's no antibiotic and non-GMO or whatever, anything like that. And I went to this was before Tractor Supply got a little bit extra woke or whatever you want to call it. I had gone there and I saw the chicken feed, and it's literally half the price at the Amish place. Plus, it has no. I mean, those guys are good. No antibiotics, nothing in it bad. I mean, most of these dudes would never even know if the power went out. That's why I'm like, pick up some ideas for them. For Christmas, I did get some lanterns, hurricane lanterns. That's pretty cool. Some extra wicks. I still got to get lamp oil. I still haven't bought any for that. But those guys, what, they wouldn't even know. They'd be like, "What happened?" like it doesn't even matter. I know some might be Mennonite over that way. Someone said too, but either way, same basic idea. Really nice people though, and I think they don't have firearms too for some reason. But hey, I'd help protect them if they help me out with some stuff. You can make a great community with people like that are that nice. And I'm coming up on like an hour, and I was only going to do this for a few minutes. Maybe I'll cut it off now. It was really good talking to everybody. Some really good ideas. That's what I do like about this. I get to go back and forth. Oh, they definitely have firearms. Okay. Someone had said something about that they didn't. I figured they'd at least have shotguns or something to, at least hunt with or something. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna hop off of here. It was nice talking to everybody, and I don't know when I'll do this again. I might do it again next week or something. What day is today? Wednesday. I used to do Wednesday all the time. I used to do that hump day gun talk thing, and then got spanked for that. But just to talk, hang out, get some different ideas. Like the homesteading thing, keep the preparedness stuff going. I'm still gonna keep purchasing as long as I still have a job. Been thinking about a ton of different ways to make it off grid too. So I don't know. Yeah, that would be sweet, right? So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for the conversation. Thank you for the ideas. And it's motivating, even though it's snowing and it's not supposed to stop until Sunday or something. I have a real hard time getting in and out over there on the property because there's like no road. Almost got stuck over there last weekend. I kind of did. I got, a couple of us pushed it out or whatever, but it's not the easiest place in and out. So who knows if I even make it out there this weekend. I'm like, no. Got a couple inches today, and then it was just supposed to keep going. So either way, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I really like talking to everybody. And get some back and forth. That really helps me out because now I'm like super motivated about the wood all over again. I'm like, rah, I'm just trying to get that structure out of there and get this massive garden all set up and everything. And kind of threw the wood on the back burner, but we got the chainsaw now, so all the dead stuff that was down, we started just trying to chop. That would probably take a couple years to chop the dead stuff down, and I just have some big trees that, yeah, it could relieve a little bit of financial burden off myself if I could get them down, and maybe have him bring over the sawmill and sell some boards off or something at some point. But for now, thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you again fairly soon. I'm gonna still stay in touch over here. Once again, anything down any of the old videos, any questions, anything like that, let me know, and I will. I'll definitely be in touch with you as well. Be well, always survive, keep prepping. Yes, you too, man. Go check out the Holistic Heritage. Later, man. That's nice. Another Michigan. Hell yeah. All right, have a good night. If I even remember how to shut this thing off. Yep, I'm done.